After pregnancy, I'm happy to say that I am actually even lower than my pre-pregnancy weight, but it took a lot of sacrifice and that was very difficult. There's no secret. I'm sharing my journey because hopefully I'll be able to inspire someone and other moms out there who want to do it but don't know where to start.
What was the pizza you ate last night? You're paying for it now. You're paying for it now. Come on, 2 more.
They invited me to eat in their house.
Ah.
And they served.
It's their fault. You got more. Give me 2 more. Pick it up again.
I said 8.
It was so good though.
So I just spent 6 hours in the hospital doing all these tests, fetal monitoring, ultrasound, and yeah, the baby has cord coil.
1, 2, 3 sets.
Apparently I have gestational diabetes. But since I'm on my 38th week, it's not as crazy alarming. All I have to do now is monitor my blood sugar. I went to see the endocrinologist and she wants me to do a repeat blood sugar oral glucose test because she thinks it's not accurate and she thinks I don't actually have diabetes. Oh, I'm so confused. There's so much information and so many different people telling me to do stuff. All I know is I'm going to be giving birth in 2 weeks. I'm 205 pounds and I'm kind of nervous because obviously I want the baby to be safe. So yeah. This is my last test before everybody goes on vacation. I can be giving birth anytime this week. This is to monitor the heart rate of the baby. That's the heart rate. See, so it has to keep jumping like 140, 141 to know that this baby is good and healthy. Planning to do a natural birth, but since the amniotic fluid of the baby is low and it has triple cord coil, we have to check in Makati Med right now to do a cesarean section. I just spent the whole morning feeding him and now he's hungry again. And I'm supposed to be eating, but I don't have time to eat because he's always feeding. And I feel so unproductive. I answered 1 email in the past 3 days because he's feeding nonstop. And a while ago, he couldn't latch because my milk ducts were blocked and clogged. So I had to express my milk. So the reason why I'm not pulling all the way down is because it needs my core to do that. And I'm not supposed to use my core because I just had a cesarean section 3 weeks ago. I've only been in the gym for 15 minutes and he's crying already. No, that's a lie. I've been here for 47 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna finish this very light, slightly pathetic set. I'm so effing huge. I can't even stand seeing myself. Yesterday I was diagnosed with the beginning of mastitis, which means that I have too much milk, that my boobs are getting engorged and kind of infected. The doctor came over and she expressed my milk and she was kind of telling us that we need to express it more because it's getting clogged, the milk ducts, as well as wanting to feed him on the bottle because I need to rest. That's why I had such high fever yesterday because I haven't been able to sleep. Today I feel better though. I weighed myself, I'm 176 pounds from 204. Every day I weigh myself and like kind of feel bad. People are gonna watch this and think that I'm obsessed with weight, which I slightly am.
A lot of people tell me, oh, I'm not trying to get big, I'm just being silly. But there's no such thing as being silly. You're either growing or you're declining. There's nothing in between. If you're maintaining, you're just covering up, not willing to grow.
So 3 weeks ago, I had mastitis. And now, 3 weeks later, I don't have it anymore, which is a good thing. But my new problem is my baby is drinking so much milk at night that I'm not having enough milk to store for emergencies. So I don't want to pity myself, but honestly, I'm so freaking tired and I'm like, when will this just go smoothly? It's not even 6 weeks yet. When my baby was 2 months old, I tried sleep training with Isabelle, and she was amazing because she helped me really narrow down his naps and his feeding time. In May, I really started my workout journey. I made sure to walk every single day. If not, I'd jump on the treadmill and do at least 30 to 40 minutes of inclined fasted cardio before I even ate anything. Everyone keeps asking me if I have postpartum, and I'm like, I don't know what postpartum is. Like, what is it? Is it crying? Is it being pissed? I guess everybody experiences different ways. And I've been so lucky because I've had so many guests come to my house and visit the baby that I haven't had any time to think about being sad. But now, after my trainer called me, it feels so sad. And I guess I've just been hiding it for myself. My weight is really my issue. When you get pregnant and your body changes, well, for me, it's not what I want. Of course, having a cesarean section, which I wasn't planning on, makes it even harder to recover. So I'm so tormented in my brain because in one way, obviously the cesarean section saved his life, and I'm so grateful for that. But in another way, when I see my scar, it makes me so sad. To think that it's so shallow, right? It's weight gain. It's so sad to think that I have all this weight and I hate seeing it. Everybody's talking about loving your body, but I'm just at a stage in my life where I'm insecure of my body and I don't want to go out of the house and I don't want to see people and I get anxiety seeing people. I don't know if this is postpartum. I don't know what that is. And this is the first time I've actually cried. I'm so overwhelmed today. Like, first, how am I gonna start going back to work? Second, the pressure to look good. The worst part is I have all these friends who look so good and they're just stick thin and you're just thinking like, why me? I'm not like that. And I'm doing everything. So the reason why I'm overwhelmed is because there's so many things I want to do. Like, I want to be able to secure my baby's future. How do I do that? By saving money, by getting jobs. How do I get jobs? By losing weight, by looking good. I guess I'm just pressuring myself right now. And I am my own worst critic. How I feel right now, it's like, I have to balance the baby. I have to breastfeed. I have to produce enough milk. I have to get enough sleep. I have to be able to work out. I have to be able to at least transition to work. And I don't know where to start and I'm just drowning. One thing that also helped was inviting my friends over. We did group training sessions with Arnold and he really pushed us and that was so much fun. And when I kind of felt like I was bored with it, I would try other sports like swimming, running, doing yoga at home because I always just wanted to keep moving. I would also go to Ride Revolution spin class because I enjoyed the cardio. Funny thing is I always wore the same thing, long sleeve black or navy plus leggings. I was always so conscious of how I looked. Every month I would weigh myself to see if I was on track. My main training was really a lot of weightlifting, squats, leg presses, lunges, and I alternated with calisthenics. I used the band because I couldn't lift myself up. Mike was my trainer for this. Arnold put me on a specific macronutrient count, which consisted of 76 grams per meal of carbohydrates, but only kamote, pumpkin, brown rice, or quinoa. 56 grams per meal of protein, which included white fish, snapper, lapu-lapu, tilapia, salmon, or tuna. And then 20 grams per meal of fat. All of this was approved by my doctor as well. Almost every day I took photos of my food to show proof that I was on track. But more than that, I think having a support system when you're trying to diet is very helpful. I also conditioned my mind into changing my relationship with food. It was to nourish me and not as a punishment. And after that, I really enjoyed eating fish and kamote and vegetables. It was something that I looked forward to. For August, I continued lifting weights with Arnold. I wore a waistband to help me lift. I did leg presses, shoulder presses, dumbbell lifts, and I always finished it off with a few sprints on the treadmill. I found that this cardiovascular exercise really helped me sweat it all out. Aside from weight training, I also did calisthenics as a complement. This is body weight training. Mike was my coach and he was very patient even though I couldn't even pull myself up. I used the bands often. So we went to France and of course there were chocolate croissant and bread and pastries, and I really tried to limit it, but I also didn't stop myself from eating, otherwise I'd feel too deprived. In September was my cousin's wedding in Bali. There, I really tried to work out with my family, my mom and my sister. We went to the gym together. I met Ria Campos Lopez and she helped me train my baby sleep from 7:30 at night all the way until 7 a.m. the next morning. I thought it couldn't be done and it's made a huge difference in my sleep quality. In October, I went to LA and I made sure to do a lot of hikes and choose healthier options when it comes to food. Green smoothies, banana with almond butter. I also went to this place called Studio that did circuit training. Overall, I think it was just about keeping active and making sure that I don't overindulge. In November, I weighed myself and I was down to 141 pounds even though we went on vacation. I had lost 64 pounds in 8 months. I was on track. I had a lot more work in November and it was a struggle for me to find time to balance between my son, working out, and work. There were weeks where 4 days would go by and I would just rest because I was so tired and I lacked sleep from taping. Sleep is essential in keeping fit. People often neglect rest, but I think you should listen to your body. I'm so exhausted. I need to listen to my body. I'm just gonna take this time to meditate and cancel my workout. In a time where there's so much information and we tend to get overwhelmed, meditation really helped me decompress. It was very hard at first because I always wanted to check my phone, but I slowly got into the habit of it to learn how to cope with anxiety. Sometimes I would literally just do 1 pull-up for the day and that's it. But that movement alone kept me consistent. December was really difficult because there were a lot of social events. We went to the beach, we had friends coming over, Christmas parties, birthday parties, reunions. Sprints were also essential to shed weight because my whole body was working. And then of course we went to France and it was freezing cold, so the best thing to eat was heavy food. And I'm not gonna say I never cheated because that would be a lie. But I tried to choose what I would eat carefully. I did have cheese fondue and raclette, which was my favorite. But if I had that during the night, I made sure to eat light during the day. I did enroll in ski class and we did go on a few treks in December, so that kept me active, although I was really there to rest. And I'm not going to say that I pushed myself because this was time for me to have a break. January came around and it was a new year with new goals. Surrounding myself with friends who also had the same objective helped keep me motivated. I continued with my food of fish, steamed vegetables, and baked sweet potato, but Arnold came over and he thought I was eating too much. So now my new challenge is portion control. This is really the worst for me because I eat so much. I continued calisthenics and I started lifting heavier for my legs. If you were to ask me my advice, it would be to build a sustainable lifestyle incorporating healthy eating with the occasional indulgence, as well as finding the right workout that suits you. To sum it up, it's all about the work you're willing to put in, focusing on a goal and not stopping until you reach it. So a lot of people have been asking me, what is my secret? How did I lose weight? They seem to think that it was very easy for me and ang bilis. But it took me 6 to 8 months to lose 65 pounds. And my goal was to lose 10 pounds a month. It's really about consistency, hard work, and determination. If you want it that bad, then you have to be able to make sacrifices. I think you can start by cutting out all the sugars in your food. Also by counting the steps you take in a day and really incorporating an active lifestyle. They always say that you are what you prioritize. So if you prioritize your body and your health, then it will show. It just takes time. You need to be patient, work hard, and you need to be consistent. And I think the long-term gratification will come because I think it's all worth it. So now I'm gonna go to the park because this is our moment to bond. And I hope while watching this video, you guys were inspired. Bye!